Okay then, hello everybody and welcome back to Team Prawn Racing. So, many of you will remember from years ago the car used to have a carbon bonnet, and a few years back I made this vented bonnet. It's steel, cut on three sides, rolled this down, welded some little fillets in here, and there we go, vented bonnet. Not the biggest vent in the world when you look like that, the hole there, it's only kind of 60mm front to back, but made a massive difference. I ran this for ages, and then at Cadwell I forgot to put the bonnet pins down, bonnet flipped up, smashed the screen, mullered the corners here, hence why I cut them off. So I popped the carbon one back on, and you know what? Immediately when I started doing hot track days this year, I noticed a difference in temperature. Not in terms of oil and coolant, but just in terms of general engine bay temperatures. It got really, really hot again. So yeah, time to dig deep. Phoned Ben at Corten Miller, your favourite supplier of anything TCR. Kind of a lot of motorsport stuff generally for Ben, yeah. 2 forged wheels as well. We'll come on to that another time. So yeah, got on the phone to Ben, got hold of a genuine Mark 7 Golf TCR vent, and it's time to get choppy, which I think I filmed about 2 months ago. Insert now. Today I'm at work. That is my bonnet. Now, as a lot of you who've been following the channel for a while will know, we used to have a really nice bonnet vent in the old steel bonnet. Sadly, that died at Cadwell when the bonnet flipped up. So it's time to do something about that. Roll up Corten Miller Motorsport. Nice new carbon vent. So, what's it all about? One carbon bonnet. I've thought for years about chopping into it, trying to roll it down, form my own sort of vent. Wasn't too keen on chopping into that, making a hash of it, losing my nice light bonnet. So, this is a genuine TCR vent from a Mark 7 Golf TCR car. And that is going to go on there. Ta-da! So, yeah, seems pretty simple. Now, my bonnet pins obviously go here. So the obvious answer would be to put it just behind there. However, when you actually look at where the opening is, that opening is kind of, it's a bit too far back. They say it wants to be in the front third, and from there it's kind of halfway to the front third, from the halfway point forward. Not really where I want it to be. In all honesty, I want that right down there like that. Now that is going to leave us a little bit of an overlap to the old holes. I can move them up to here, that won't be a problem. But if we come to the side, that is now properly into the front third, so that will be directly behind the radiator, sucking air out. This is also, if you look, got a really nice gurney kind of flap to it the whole way around. So, I'm going to get the grinder out, get chopping into this, and once that hole is formed, I think we need to do something about this, which is where Martin, the incredibly talented, extremely friendly boat builder, comes in. So I'm going to start by putting a bunch of tape over this, because I've already got a measurement from the centre of my bonnet pin line to where the opening needs to begin. So I'll tape it up prior to cutting it so I can draw on it, make my mark, and we'll go from there. Right, I'm going to spare you the boring montage, but I've drawn around it. This is the vent opening, this is the perimeter of the vent. So what I'm going to do now is an initial, is just come 50mm in all the way around, cut that out. I'm just going for it. Right, there you go, fully marked up. I actually went 40 in the end because the flange on that is 50, so if I did it all at 50, I would definitely have to cut everything again. So I'm going to drill these 2 corners to put a tiny radius on it, and then get going with the grinder. The scary bit. Right, does it fit? Yes. Right, well, there we go. You know what? I'm really, really happy with how this has come out. So, I'm just going to crouch down here. That's not fixed at all. So on the back side here, there's a little kind of slot lip here at the moment, just where I had the bonnet pins. I've tucked that into there, and already that's absolutely solid in there. So that's a view from inside, as you can see, looking pretty cool. And then from outside, it actually already fits really nicely. If I squeeze that together, look at that. That line, once that's bonded in by Martin the Friendly Boat Builder, Zest Boats, if you're into boats, you should check them out. Once that's bonded in, that's going to be ideal. Right, well, this is probably all going to seem a little bit disjointed at this point, but we have had a ton of issues with audio recording, so I've had to bin a load of clips. But Martin has had the bonnet. Here it is. It looks absolutely incredible. I mean, the way this is bonded in is just first class. I'll turn the camera around now. So for the sake of the next couple of seconds, ignore the fact that the pins are already in. The way the vent is bonded in, the way it fits, it's absolutely unreal. The bonnet has been refinished with epoxy clear coat. It's currently not very clean, so apologies, but I'm telling you, it looks absolutely incredible. So anyway, I'm going to jump back in time again to me fitting these. So one issue we've got with the new bonnet is that the vent is massive. So it's much bigger. So this is my current vent that you've all seen before. I'll show you it there. You can see kind of how big it is. It's not huge. So yeah, one issue with the new vent is that it's massive, and the SEM inlet manifold is also pretty huge. Let me come down here, look at the profile across there. The SEM is massive, and it takes up an awful lot of this space where I want airflow to come out. So I currently have a 10mm phenolic spacer in there, great for a road car. Traffic and stuff, stops the build up and the heat transferring into the inlet and heat soaking. On a race car, always moving at speed, not convinced it's required. By taking that out, it's going to bring the manifold down and in about 10mm. So I'm going to whip that out before I test fit the bonnet, just to give us the best possible chance of it fitting. Right, so I've been through a ton of different options. This is where I'm going with. The catch is going to go there, the pin point is there. Reason being, if I go on the front edge, we're coming to like down here, and there's just no slam panel strength there. Going where I am, the pin's going to come through roughly where this yellow dot is. It's a bit up and down, it's probably why I didn't do it before, but what I'm going to do, put a bit of 3mm plate under there, fix it kind of here and here with the pin and the plate. Same over this side where the yellow dot is. It's actually pretty nice over here, loads of room. Coming down here with the pin on this edge, pin, catch. Because of the curvature of the bonnet here, it just wouldn't sit right there. Not happy. So up there, now time for the scary bit, cutting this beautiful bonnet. It's just the most horrid feeling. Oh, I don't like doing this. Right, well, that was not enjoyable, but we now have two nice, neatly cut holes. One drops in, second one drops in. So we're going to drill the fixing holes, then it's time for the fun bit, which is mounting the pins inside. Right, so as you've just seen, the slam panel is really uneven. Where those yellow dots were, where I wanted to put the holes, the pin doesn't sit vertically. It's kind of all over the place, and you can't really get any big decent sized washer under it either, because it's also up and down. So what I've come up with is this. I'm just going to show you how this fits. So the hole centre was actually in the centre of this large hole, but because he had all sorts of casting marks and ribs, it just didn't sit flat. So I've over drilled that to 30mm, and this sits in there. So there's going to be a small bolt through there with a big spreader washer underneath, so all the force of trying to lift the bonnet doesn't move it. Then our pin location is here, and instead of being on the angle of this part, it's now nice and flat. Over to the other side, and you can see it's kind of even worse in terms of lumpiness in here. So that was an existing hole, that was an existing hole, that was an existing hole, that's where the old bonnet pin was. Looks a bit scabby, doesn't it, with all the holes? Not a lot I can do. Plate goes in, like so, and on this one it's bolted through solidly there, and on this side, because of this lump, I'm going to have to put a packer down to make sure that sits flat and not up on the angle like that. So that should be everything I need to get the pins in. Right, and there we go. So the plate is in there now. That is bolted up through these two bolts. That is now firm and it sits at the right angle. More importantly, it's square, not the crazy slam panel. And if we come over here, same again. It doesn't look great because this was an old existing hole and this is where the pin needed to be, but it's in and that works. One tired old 12-year-old scabby carbon bonnet, reworked, refinished, genuine TCR vent in there. Awesome. Big thanks to Corten Miller Motorsport for supplying the TCR vent, and an enormous thanks to Martin at Zest Boatworks for finishing off the bonnet. This was looking seriously scabby and tired. I don't know if I got a pick, I might chuck one up. Yeah, really scabby, and now it looks absolutely first class. Martin, thank you, mate. Much appreciated. Anyway, that's enough for this video. Hope you guys have had fun. Do check out Zest Boatworks. I know this is a car channel, but they do some pretty awesome stuff. Carbon fibre repairs, anything with composites really. Very talented people. Like, share, subscribe, have fun. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.